Aaron. This is the Artist Link Live with our new artist. Our featured artist of the day is Genius. So we're gonna talk about a lot of things today. We're gonna talk about up and coming projects. Talk about his music influences, how he got into this, how long he's been on the grind, because he's been on the grind for a very long thing.
Yes, sir.
And last but not least, we're gonna definitely get into the standard and talk about what's been going on with that and like all the noise that's making. It's crazy because I remember when it first started, you only had like a few followers, and then now it's just phenomenal. The type of people that you got going there. So how did you get started with the music?
With the music, I started at 6 years old. I saw the movie Aladdin, and
that's weird.
Yeah, it's not the usual story.
Right.
Everybody always trip on it, but I was looking at the animated film Aladdin, and I really loved that movie. I wound up getting a musical toy. It came with 10 keys, and I started playing the songs from the movie because it came with a book. So I would learn the songs from the movie, go play them for my parents. And then when I got done with all the songs in the book, I started coming up with my own melodies. So at 6 years old, I went and told my mom, this is what I want to do. I want to be a producer. I want to make music.
Right.
So from then on, they started investing in my talent. Started buying me keyboards. So that's when I started getting into playing keys.
Right.
I started making beats at around maybe 13, I want to say. 13 or 14. So that's when I really started getting serious about the music and making beats.
Okay.
So I started off just being a producer.
Right.
I wasn't even worried about rapping or singing or nothing like that.
Right. It was just all straight beats.
And then I would say maybe 3 years went by, and at 16, that's when I really started writing. Because I had a friend, he used to write rhymes to my beats. So he was just kind of like motivating me to kind of try something myself, because I heard what he was doing, and I was like, I could probably come up with something like that too, or something a little better, see what I can do. So then we started a little group together, me and him. So then that's when I started really getting into being a recording artist.
Right. So like, tell me a little bit about your passion for music. I understand, like, you're a great artist. I hear the music all the time, and I hear the heart in your songs and in your music. You know what I mean? So it's like it's there, and then it's just it takes more than just the talent nowadays. You feel me?
It does.
It takes more than just I got these bars. Even for you were one person that talks about cadences all the time and making sure you're getting all those on key, and I mean, I learned a lot from being an artist in the standard, just sitting there like working with different beats and things like that. It's like always not gonna go how you want it to go, but that's how it is in the industry also. You know what I mean? Somebody gives you a beat and you may not like it, but you gotta find a cadence to go to it. You gotta switch.
Exactly. It's really a science, man. Like, that's really what I like preaching to artists, is the science of writing a song, which is the opposite of passion. Like, when I'm speaking on cadence, I'm not really speaking on from a perspective of passion. I'm speaking just on the science, the art of making a song.
Right.
It's an art to it. A lot of people think they can just get on a song just because you're saying something good or you have something that you feel is worth hearing, which I hear a lot of rappers say that. They feel like, I got these bars, and I'm clever, but your cadences ain't right. Anything that's music related, it has to be dope cadences, because that's what makes music, rhythm and melody. So if your lyrics ain't really meshing with the music like that,
right, you gotta
you
turn
ain't really
your
making
voice
good
into an instrument.
Yeah,
basically.
and that's really how I view music, even lyrics. Like, when I'm writing songs, it's not really about what I'm saying, because I already know the stuff is gonna come out of you. If you have experiences and perspective, and you've been taking in the things around you in life and from the people you deal with, you're gonna have plenty of stuff to talk about.
Right.
So for me, when I hear a beat, I'm just trying to catch a flow. I'm trying to catch a cadence. And once I catch a cadence, it's easy. You just plug in words, and you just be honest with how you feel. And when I was younger, I didn't really know how to write like that. I was more so trying to write from the brain, like trying to be clever, trying to come up with the tightest line. Like, I would spend about 10, 15 minutes just on one line trying to figure out, man, what's a dope punchline to say.
Right.
And then that's when you start overthinking your lyrics, and then you get writer's block, and you feel like you can't come up with something. But if you just write from the heart, man, you never run out of stuff to say.
Right.
I mean, we always feeling something. When you hear music, you get a feeling.
Right.
So as a songwriter, you just have to tap into that feeling and translate it into words.
Cool.
So that's the art of it.
So you got once you got into college and you start doing your music and doing the videos and stuff like that, I mean, a lot of that stuff came from what? Your own personal, you know what I mean? A lot of personal time for yourself? Like,
you talking about
like as far as like out of pocket, like going towards
the Georgia State music video?
Right.
Yeah, I was actually taking money out of my refund checks.
Oh, and using
so I was getting a lot of refund money while I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of just blowing it on stuff, I mean, I was buying clothes and shoes.
Right.
I really do regret some of them financial decisions.
Right.
Because that was my first time ever getting money. That's my first time seeing money because I never worked before I went to college. I've never had a regular job in my life.
Right.
So I got to college and I started seeing this refund money. I'm like, oh, okay. About $1,000 every semester. All right. Because I was getting Pell Grant and Hope Scholarship.
Right.
So it was covering all my expenses. Plus I had like extra left over.
Right.
So I'm glad I had those scholarships and stuff because it was it allowed me to invest in my music career when the time came. And that's crazy how my Georgia State years went. Because the first 3 years, I mean, I was kind of involved, but I mean, it wasn't really too major. I got involved with a music organization early on.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I was able to do a few performances on campus. But I was performing my own stuff, my personal songs. And then during my junior year, I wound up taking a hospitality class, and it was about event planning. And basically, we had to throw an event for the inaugural season of football.
Okay.
I was on the marketing side of the class, so it was up to us to come up with all the advertisements and the ways we was gonna get the event out to the people.
Right.
So that's when I came up with the idea to write a song for the school. And from then on, I wrote a song called Blue Blitz. It was inspired by football, but it was pretty much a school anthem. Performed it at the event. And from that point on, that was 2010 up until 2013, I was a campus celebrity. Everybody knew me for writing songs. They started writing stories about me, putting me on the homepage, putting me in the newspaper. I was invited to perform at all kind of school events.
Right.
So from that, I wound up writing a whole album for the school. So it was the first album that I know of that's been written for a university.
Dang.
13 songs. It's called 1913. I called it that because I released it on January 9th, 2013, and the school was founded in the year 1913.
Oh.
So the number correlation, it was pretty cool.
Right.
And for me to be at the school at that time, it just...
Right. It just all linked up well. Cool. So, like, growing up, like, what were some of your, like, musical influences?
My favorite rapper was Eminem, hands down. I listened to a whole lot of Eminem.
I can hear that out of your lyrics sometimes.
Appreciate it. That's funny people hear it. But I hear it too sometimes, the inflection on bars and stuff.
Right.
But he was the one that I really listened to. That's the only rapper I really followed regularly. And really the only reason I followed him is because my brother, he would get his albums. So he would have the album, so I would listen to it when he would get the albums. So starting from like the Marshall Mathers LP to the Eminem Show, and I think the one after that, we were just always listening to his stuff. So I love him. Outkast.
Gotta mention Cass.
Yeah, Andre 3000 is one of my favorites. I had a Saint Lunatics album growing up. I had an Alicia Keys album. I had a Limp Bizkit album.
Oh yeah, I used to rock with Limp Bizkit real hard.
Yeah. So my musical taste is really diverse.
Right. I mean, I like that because for the simple fact is, I don't think like people should just stick to like one genre of music because it doesn't make any sense. You gotta like broaden your horizon, people.
Yeah.
Broaden your horizon because you're gonna be stuck in this little box of trap music that you can never get out of.
That's just a small piece of music, man.
Right. Please.
But see, then the same thing is like we could tell people to try and be diverse, but some people just don't feel any other music besides just one type of music. Because I know a lot of people, like I'll tell them, man, I'm into this new Katy Perry. You heard that new Katy Perry? They're like, what?
Right.
Katy Perry? What are you talking about, dude? Or some LaRue or Paramore.
Right.
Or
I mean, one of my favorite songs on the radio right now is that Justin Bieber and Skrillex.
I ain't never heard that.
The I Need You or something. I forgot how it goes, but I don't know the song title. But if it'll come on, I'll start juggling.
let me say this though. I'm glad you mentioned Justin Bieber, and we're talking about pop artists.
Right.
Because I feel like the best songwriters are pop artists, hands down. If you really want to learn about how to write cadences and how to write very neat, well-developed, structured songs, listen to the best pop artists that are out. Michael Jackson, King of Pop. He had some of the best songs in the history of music. And the biggest stars in the world are the pop stars. Justin Bieber, Jason Derulo, pop.
Right.
When these rappers want to cross over, where do they go? They go to pop. They trying to write pop songs.
Nicki Minaj.
She can write a dope pop song for you. That's
quick.
why she's on another level as far as rappers out here. So
Right.
I learned so much just from, and I've always just been drawn to a dope pop song. I just love the melodies of it. Because that's really what pop songs are driven by. It ain't about that 808 or that thump, which is what hip hop is driven off of, the beats. But with pop, you really have to have a real well-organized melodic cadence to write a dope pop song. So I feel like if anybody wants to learn about cadence, go there. Pop songs, man.
Pop songs. Heard from the man self.
Telling you.
All right, now let's talk about
the standard.
The standard. Standard. Let's go into the standard because
was that what you was about to segue into?
Yeah, okay. I was definitely about to say that.
You just read your mind, bro.
I wanted to see how it was like. How did you come up with this concept? I mean, it's dope. It seems like something that anybody could have thought of. But you know what I mean? But the way that you carried it and you know what I mean, the organization that you had with it, I mean, like, awesome. So how did that happen?
It's funny you say that because I do think that too. Like, it's not like I'm the first person to come up with an idea to have people battle on tracks or to do something like that. It's just the way it's organized. I'm a long-term thinker. So let me just rewind to when I first thought of it. Before I actually put it in motion, it was always a thought in my mind where I just wanted to make a beat and write a verse and send it to people and see if they could make a better verse than me. Because you know how it's like those moments in music where a rapper will come out with a song like Kendrick Lamar. That's the latest one, The Control. And then when he dropped that, you saw how everybody started getting the Control beat and writing their own verses.
Right.
And putting it out. Or the one before that I can think of is Lil Wayne, A Milli. When he dropped A Milli, everybody wanted to write a better verse than him, or let me get the A Milli beat. So it's kind of driven from that concept of taking a beat and having multiple people get on it. But with my idea, it's not about getting on a popular beat. It's about using that concept, but using it to push unknown artists and creating something like a league.
Right.
Where it doesn't end. And if you win, you get rewards. You're forever part of the history of the competition, so people can go back and check out your stuff. So when I finally decided to actually put it in motion, it was shortly after I had this radio interview on B100 radio. And it was when I was pushing my album, Full Circle. And the interview was cool. Like, they played one of my songs, and then they gave me feedback on it. And I don't know, something about that interview just upsetted me about the way radio works, the way people pay attention to underground artists and they don't really listen. Because I remember one comment in particular, I think it was one of the DJs in the room. He said, man, if I hear a song, if it ain't thumping within the first 10 seconds, I just go to the next. And I'm like, how can you really get an idea of what an artist is doing in 10 seconds?
Right.
But that's the way people listen in the industry to music. Like, they really don't care.
The first
they
10
just
seconds is mostly intro to the beat.
Come on, son.
Like, you ain't even
give me a chance, bro.
Right. Do something.
So, like, it was a mixture of that. I think that sparked the idea that was already in my mind.
Right.
Like, that interview didn't make me think of the standard, but it just sparked something in me. Like, right now is the time to put this in motion. Because right now I'm feeling kind of perturbed by this interview. I mean, it wasn't all bad. I don't want to say it was all bad, but after that, that's when I decided, all right, I'm about to make this beat. I'm about to write this verse, and I'm about to put my imprint on the culture, on music culture, and the way I want it to run. Right. I want people to listen longer than 10 seconds.
Right.
I want people to really pay attention to underground artists for a long period of time. I don't want us to have small moments on radio and then be forgotten. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then that's when I came up with the standard, put it out. I think I probably involved maybe 15 artists, 15 or 16 artists.
What year was that again that it dropped?
That was 2013. I started it, I put the post out on September 27th. I remember these dates. September 27th was the date that I put the idea out. October 3rd was the date that round one started. So that's when I dropped my song. And then that's when it started up, and the rest is history, man. History's still in the making.
Right. I know just some of the very first, like, few people that were in there. You got Mike, King Mike, you got Boo Hef. Who else?
Boo Hef came a little later. But
Hef did. I mean, I call her around. I always keep thinking about that round 8 sub.
Yeah.
So that's why.
She was in the first deck, though, so
right.
She's part of that first group.
It was like a ton of people that, you know what I mean, that just had this. Everybody had a different sound. Everybody had a different concept. And that's what I like about the ideal of it, you know what I mean? Because everybody hears music differently, you know what I mean? I might hear this song and I come up with something like on some Migos trap type stuff, and you might hear this song and come directly like maybe on some Eminem's type stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's just crazy how everybody hears the same thing, but they all hear something different at the same time. Yep. And that's what I really like about the concept of it. And like I said, it also gives artists, indie artists, a chance to actually go out there and have a venue, pretty much. It's a, you know what I'm saying, an outlet to their music, somewhere where they can go and people are actually listening. They're actually getting feedback, and you see people grow in the standard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see artists grow. Like you see them like compared to like a few subs ago. Like, oh, he was trash. Now he was next sub. He's banging. Like, you know what I mean?
Perfect example is an artist named Sean K. Shout out to Sean K. He from Utah. He was competing all throughout the first deck. And people were just kind of like, he ain't really, he's not really doing it.
I remember Sean K, yeah.
But each sub, you could just gradually hear, okay, he finding it, and then round 11, the first round of the second deck, he wins. And nobody believed me. Like, when he first dropped in the standard, people was like, man, a lot of people just wasn't feeling him. But I heard something, I was like, you got potential, man. You just need to keep tweaking it a little bit. And people thought I was stupid for saying that. And then round 11 came around, he finally won. And I remember Lionel, you know Lionel?
Yep.
He was like, dude, you said Sean K had something, man. You said I ain't believe you, but that's just an example. And Stunt Ray Fire, you know Chase?
Yeah. Chase Williams.
He's one of the first artists to compete. He was in the first deck. He was consistently placing really, really low. And just making bad songs, I ain't gonna lie, just really bad songs. And then it just gradually, you could just see him kind of just gaining steam. And because he kept competing and kept working on the issues, he wound up in the second diamond round as the wild card. So
right.
I mean, it's just cool to see people actually taking feedback and using it to better themselves.
Right.
'Cause I feel like that's the main thing that I love about the standard is the interaction and the feedback that people get on what they're doing. Honest feedback, not no thumbs up, keep working on, that's dope, because that's the stuff you always hear from your core network.
Right.
People don't want to hurt your feelings, but in the standard, it ain't about nobody's feelings. It's about giving you the raw, honest truth of what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And at the end of the day, if something hurts your feelings, it's going to help you grow.
Right.
You got to hear it from somewhere. Like, you can't keep hearing good stuff and it's clearly something you ain't doing right.
Right.
But you gonna walk around here, you thinking you just the greatest artist in the world because that's all you've been hearing from all your people.
Right.
That's why we get a lot of artists in the standard. You know,
they just think like, I'm the guy.
They hear this negative feedback, they be like, "Oh, you a hater." Nah, dude, why I gotta hate on you?
Right.
Why do I have to hate on you, man?
Just trying to teach you something.
Exactly.
Sit back and learn something. You gotta
appreciate every bit of feedback somebody gives you, whether it's positive or negative, because nobody has to take the time to listen to you.
At all.
And you know how people's brains work? They only want to listen to stuff that's familiar, you know, popular people. It ain't about popularity in the standard, and that's really what I want to push. Just because you see something that's unfamiliar, it don't make it uncool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be the first person to click, give them some feedback.
Right. Let them know what's going on. Stop hating. Stop hating.
Come on, man.
Real honest feedback. That's what we're looking for. Honest stuff.
I'm telling you.
That'll make it real.
And I've learned a lot too.
Right.
like when the standard first started, I felt like I was a really good artist at that point too. But compare what I was round one to now, and all the stuff I've been learning, specifically on the engineering side, because there's a lot of good engineers in the standard. So
that brings me to think about freaking the last Diamond Round.
Okay.
The freaking Golden Child song was awesome. I don't care what
appreciate
nobody because I listen to the song every day. It's
You do?
Yeah, I downloaded it and it's on my phone. You see what I'm saying? I downloaded it from YouTube and put it on my phone, turned it into an MP3.
Oh God, that's dope.
Right. So I listen to it every day, honestly. I do. You know what I mean? There's something about it, the hook, you know what I mean? All I need is love around me. Alright. You know what I'm saying? It's easy.
Yep.
It's easy, and it just make it look so easy. You see what I mean? And it's just something nice and real good to lay back to. But I don't know how it didn't win. I don't know what does. Judges, I don't know. I don't know who are the judges.
I lost by 1 point again, man.
1 point.
I lost round 10 by 1 point. I lost round 30 by 1 point. But for me, man, if I never won a diamond round, I wouldn't be mad.
Right.
Because it ain't really about winning for me. Like when I get into the diamond rounds and get in the mix, I just want to push people to another level. Just kind of put my name on the round, put my talent in the round, you know, and really raise the bar a little bit.
Right. It's all about, you know what I mean? Once you get that, like, it's like a friendly competition. You know what I mean? Some people just like to compete.
I love to compete, man.
Right.
I love to compete. I mean, you could just tell somebody who creates something like the standard, you gotta love competition.
Right.
I love competition, dude. And when it comes to this music, creating, I do feel like I'm really that dude and I want to prove it to people. You know what I mean?
Right,
That's that attitude I have when I go into competition. I think I was feeding into that a little too much in the beginning, which is what I expressed on my Golden Child song.
Right. Yeah, I heard
But
that.
I mean, I don't fault myself for that because it's like you talk to an athlete when they step on when they step on their field or their
everybody
court.
gonna say they the best at whatever they doing.
You know?
If they feel like they the best, why not say it? Don't get mad. I'm not saying I'm the best.
Come on, dude.
Show me that I'm not the best, please.
Exactly. That's the mindset that I was in creating the standard. But then it's funny how a mindset like that, that's just a small piece of it because really the bigger piece of what it is bringing people together, and that's really the core of it.
Right.
The competitive side of me is just one side, but the majority, the bigger part of me is about love and bringing people together, and that's what you see in the standard. That's what you see right now.
Right.
We met through the standard, and I value moments like this where I actually get to meet people and connect.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the type of stuff the standard is going to do. So I love showing people that I'm actually meeting people from the group because it makes the vision more real, and then they start to realize maybe this is it's bigger than just a competition. It's bigger than just the songs.
Right.
'Cause, I mean, songs only last for what? About 3 minutes, 4 minutes at the most, maybe 5 if you want to go along with it. But once that song goes off, then what are we doing as people, as a creative community? You know what I mean? Because music is powerful. We're creating moments of unity and bringing people together. So we have to capitalize on those moments, stretch them. So that's what I do with the standard, man. I'm making things long term. The standard ain't going nowhere. Just because you competed in multiple rounds, you ain't never won, but you're not gonna be forgotten because you've put songs into this vision and this platform that's gonna be remembered.
Right.
People are gonna be able to go back and be like, yeah, man, this is dude named Devin Davenport. He competed in so and so and so. You know what I mean? Just the conversation never ends.
I got this feeling though. I'm gonna win round 32.
Bro, do that.
I gotta win something. I'm just saying, all you judges out there, when y'all see this episode of the Artist Link, just let me know. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Pretty sure I throw you like a couple bucks. Trying to make something happen. I gotta win me around. Man. All right, now with the avatars and the different type of promotions that you have on the standard and stuff like that, which is real good because everybody likes incentives. So, you know what I mean? When you have something like that, like, how do you get in contact with these people and, just all through Facebook?
What people? Like the sponsors?
The sponsors.
Yeah, man, majority of it is Facebook. But then I had to learn, I have to kind of be more interactive on the other platforms that I'm on. The main two I use are Facebook and YouTube. So, I had a YouTube channel for a long time, but all I was using it for was uploading videos. I wasn't being interactive in the YouTube community. So recently, maybe I would say in the last year, I've been focusing on being more interactive in the YouTube community, which is leaving comments, honest opinions on videos, whether it be music or anything I see on YouTube. So I've been starting to meet people on YouTube and bringing them into the standard through that. So I mean, it's really just about being interactive wherever I am. But most of the people I meet is on Facebook.
Right.
I'm a part of a lot of music groups. So whenever I'm looking for new artists, I go to one of the music promo pages. I ain't even gonna go too deep into them because I don't. To be honest, I don't like them music promo pages, man.
No.
I don't like them because it's 50,000 links and no interaction.
Right.
So who's being helped? Like, I literally see artists online religiously every day on Facebook, and I see these dudes posting on these music groups every day because they pop up on my notifications. I see their name come up because I'm in the group. I see when they post links, and I'm like, you do this every day, like you are dedicated to that. And I mean, I respect consistency, but you have to be consistent in places that are actually gonna help you, man. Like,
right.
You posting links in this group because you see 50,000 members and it looks good to you because it's just a big number.
Right, and most of those 50,000 members are artists themselves.
And they're doing the same thing you're doing. They're going there, dropping a link, next page. They're not looking at none of these links. So my mindset when I go to these groups, I'm not trying to drop a link. Sometimes I do just to drop a link and maybe somebody will click it, whatever. But that's not really what I'm there for. I go and I just search for talent. I go through, I listen to random songs, I leave an opinion, connect with people. That's how I found a good bit of the artists that compete in the standard, because I just take time to listen to people and spark interaction.
Right.
Conversations, that's what I care about. Interaction over promotion, that's my philosophy when it comes to online behavior.
Right. Gotta do some real networking.
Real networking, man.
Right.
And then you don't even want to call it networking all the time, because I mean, when you throw the word networking out, people automatically want to think you have some type of ulterior motive when you're talking to somebody, you're trying to do business.
Mm-hmm.
Good networking to me is good people skills. You just have to be engaging with people. Like, you have to give a damn about the people around you, and you have to know who you are. Like, when you completely know who you are and what you provide the world, when you have a business in place, when you have a platform, you know what you offer, dude, you could talk to anybody. And you ain't even got to really be having your business on your mind, but you spark a conversation with somebody, get to know them. When they ask you what you do, it's automatically going to be part of the conversation. You're just going to go into what you do.
Right.
That's networking. You're just meeting people. Networking to me is nothing but adult conversations.
Respect.
It's adult conversations, dude. That's how you sum it up.
Right.
It's how adults communicate. Because when you're an adult, what do you talk about? You talk about business. You talk about what you're doing. What do adults do? They work. So what are you working on? That's a lot of my conversations. That's how they go. What you working on? Can I help you with something? You know what I mean? Because that's what we care about. Like, what else we gonna talk about? I mean, we talk about stuff on TV, stuff on, your hobbies that you like to do. But for the most part, we're working all the time as adults. I could talk about this all day.
Right. I mean, Facebook is just one of those places like where any and everything goes on. Yeah. Like all these like sad people out there talking about relationship goals and all this other stuff. Like, please get your life together. I mean, dude, I want to know, but I don't want to know. Like, I don't really care.
Man,
at the time, it's all right. It's gonna be okay. Instead of looking on Facebook all the time for somebody to have a relationship with, please, all you have to do is walk outside. If you get a chance, walk outside or go to Kroger one time and walk down the fruit aisle, and maybe you'll run into somebody and be like, have an actual conversation. Because that's one thing that is smart. People have lost the whole conversation thing. People don't say hello to each other no more. People don't say hi. They just walk around like this everywhere. Man,
this is what I say, man. The internet and social media is the best and the worst thing in our society right now.
Right.
It's the best thing because the internet is the only place where the entire world can be in the same place at the same time. And people take that for granted, in my opinion. People get online and they abuse that platform. Like, it's the World Wide Web. Do you know what you can do online? Like, majority of the people who use the internet don't really use it in a way that I respect. Like, they use it to put out bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, it's just entertainment for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And they get on there with this attitude like the internet ain't real. How you gonna say the internet ain't real? And these are all real people with real profiles.
Right.
Even if it's a fake page, that's a real person behind that fake page. You might be able to type something that changed that person's life. Like, I've talked to a lot of people over the years, and I've made like really, really deep connections with people. And they pretty much told me, man, you really changed my life with something you told me this, or blah, blah, blah. This one girl in particular said I saved her life, and I've never met her before.
Mm.
So, I mean, it's all about your approach to the internet. And my approach to the internet has always been serious. That's why I get serious opportunities and build serious relationships with people.
Right.
But, man, I could talk about that all day, too, because a lot of times I don't really like entertaining bullshit, but it's like when all your people are talking about bullshit, I mean, you can't just completely disconnect yourself from people. So sometimes I have to participate a little bit.
Right.
Just express an opinion, just to get in the conversation and connect with people.
Right, kick the bubble a little bit.
Yeah. But most of the time I'm looking at this shit people talk about, I'm like, man, come on. All day, every day, you just want to entertain bull. Like,
right. Yeah, I can probably see you now. Like, is it time for the next round yet? Ready for the next round in the standard? I can go find an artist or something.
Yeah, that's what I be trying to do, man. Every day I'm meeting somebody new and talking about business and talking about how I can help people.
Right, and that's what I respect a lot. I see you out there building your brand, you know what I mean? And you're out there promoting your brand because you do several different things along with just, you know what I mean, making music. So that's awesome. Now I want to know what's up next for Genius. What's going on with what's future projects? What do you got going on?
I'm actually excited to start getting back into making my own songs.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I'm doing now is very calculated and business related. And when I was younger, it was more about just practicing my craft, putting in the hours. Mm-hmm. Now I put in the hours. It's time to start doing things professionally. So I got plenty more singles coming out. I release all my music through CD Baby. That's where I sell my singles.
CD Baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
You never heard of CD Baby?
Mm-mm.
Man, they're dope. You can actually sell your music through their site for free. You don't have to pay any fee. So, I mean, you can't beat that.
No.
And you can look at all your sales. So I've been selling a few singles here and there. But I'm just getting started, though. So as I keep making new songs. I was, when I was younger, focused on making albums, but now I'm like, you don't really want to put out an album until you really have a loyal following that you know is going to go in and
get
anticipate it. You know what I mean? You don't want to put, it's a lot of work going into putting together an album in the right way. So in my opinion, it's better to just keep feeding them singles here and there and build a big catalog of singles that are out for sale.
Right.
So I'm not offering free downloads on any websites. I only upload to YouTube because YouTube generates money too off of views.
Right.
So when people go to YouTube to listen to my music, you know, that's generating money. Other than the singles, I'm producing a lot for other artists, which is exciting because that's something new for me over the past few years. I used to always just produce for myself because I was real stingy with my beats.
Right.
Nobody could touch my beats because as a songwriter, as soon as I start making a beat, I hear words, I hear cadences, so it's like it's hard not to write to it. So it was hard for me to make that transition into just selling beats. Like, it was so hard, dude. You don't understand. Now I'm to the point, I'm used to it. I can give some music away and work with other people. So I'm excited to start helping other artists build their catalogs.
You been selling those high-ass beats?
I've been selling a few of them, man.
Them beats is high as hell.
I've been selling a few of them, bro.
$350 for a beat.
No, not $350.
Can I get a discount?
I do discounts with some people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Can I get on a payment plan, maybe?
Yes, I do. I have done those too.
Right, payment plan. I get you $10 a week to pay for this beat.
Hey,
man.
we do payment plans, all that. I'm willing to work with people. But that's been exciting, man. That's a whole nother element of making music when you don't have just complete personal creative control.
Right.
When you have to feed off another energy. I mean, it's fun. So I actually have another collab coming out soon. I just dropped a collab with an artist in the standard named Anonymous. We dropped a collab off of one of those beats you saw.
Okay.
One of those high-ass beats.
Yeah.
But he was on a payment plan.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I put the payment plan on there and we put it together.
Oh, okay.
You know, I work with people.
There are payment plans.
I work with people.
Bad. I didn't know. I was like, damn, they want $300 right now. Like, how am I going to do this?
If you can give me the $300 up top, I won't say no. But
right.
You know, if you can work it out another way, we could do that.
Right. I'll be working on a payment plan for the rest of my life trying to buy one of them beats.
Well, see, okay, what else? So that's just the music side. Always working on music. And then the graphic design side. I've grown to love graphic design just as much as I love music. I'm actually doing graphic design more often than music. So, always releasing new graphics. I'm actually excited that I can actually build an entire, I would say, marketing package or just a complete artist package for an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I can take an artist that has nothing out and give them a complete package. I can produce for them, engineer for them. We can do his cover art. So you're getting the visuals and the audio. So I mean, I've been really excited doing that for artists. So you just be looking forward to that, man. Just more art, more GNU. That's the name of my business. More standard. That's it, man.
Okay, so last question before we wrap everything up. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see your brand in the next, let's say, 2 to 3 years?
Just bigger. Bigger and same format, same system, just more connects, more clients, and just a bigger network.
Right. Don't change the format.
It's
If
the
it ain't
same
broke,
format,
don't
man.
fix it.
Don't fix it.
Right. Don't add no
It's
pepper
a
to the
working
stew
format.
if the stew tastes good.
Come on, the standard tastes good.
Right.
GNU tastes good.
Right.
We're gonna keep eating.
All right, bro. It's been a nice interview. I'm glad you came through.
Yeah,
and for everybody out there, this has been the Artist Link Live. Hopefully we have some more episodes coming up soon. Supposed to be interviewing some more artists, but they only come how they come. When I hit you up and I say, hey, do you want to do an interview?
Come through and do the interview, man. What are you doing? You ain't doing nothing else with your life.
You ain't got to say, you ain't got to be like, yeah. And then when I hit you up when it's time for an interview, be like, chirp,
oh, man.
chirp, 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 chirp. Don't hear nothing.
We still supposed to do that interview?
Right.
Come on, son. Stop playing.
Yes. Invest in yourselves.
Oh.
That's one of the major things I'm trying to tell people. This is what this is about. Investing in yourself. Investing in yourself. I'm doing it for free. I'm not charging you to do this.
Come on, son.
I'm not finna pay you either.
Come on, son.
But I do want you to come by.
Come through.
Bruh.
It's a good dude right here, man.
Real quick.
Come on.
Alright. Thanks for tuning in, though.
Yeah.